One of Britain's most versatile and brilliant actors. You'll know him from True Detective recently alongside Jodie Foster, which had rave reviews. Of course, many, many years ago, he was also iconically Doctor Who. But this summer, Christopher Eccleston is backing a campaign which is to encourage children to carry on reading books through the summer holidays. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me why you are interested in getting kids to read over the summer.
I think without reading, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a career. It was always the thing that my mum and dad encouraged myself and my brothers to do most of all was read.
Yeah.
And the Summer Reading Challenge, it's been going on for 25 years. And it's really particularly important now, post-COVID and the cost of living crisis. Access to that kind of thing we're targeting children between 4 and 11. There's always a dip. In the summer, when you leave school, when you're away from school, there's a dip. And that means when you go back to school in September, your confidence might be a bit lower. So we want children and their families and carers to go to a public library, which we all treasure in this country, and a bit seriously underfunded. Go to a public library. There's a list of books, which you can see online. Through
the campaign? So the campaign is working with the libraries?
It's working in conjunction with our public library system. It's free. You can go there all summer. The theme is Marvellous Makers, and we just want to encourage children to express themselves creatively. Write their own stories, read their own stories, engage with literature.
And it's really interesting, isn't it? Because I think one of the things that we hear is that parents are reading less because those blooming phones.
Social media,
And then we expect the kids to read.
Yeah.
You know, is that something that you've... I mean, you've got kids. Do you sometimes think, put the phone down,
I hate my
pick
phone.
up a book?
I hate my phone.
And show your kids.
I'm a bit hypocritical, really, because I'm always on about screen time.
How old are they, do you mind me asking?
Albert is 12 and Esme will be 11 on August 28th.
Oh, happy birthday.
And they say to me, well, Dad, you're always on your screen, but I always say, well, I am reading my Kindle, I am reading a book. But they, like you, prefer a book. Yes,
I was just saying to you before we came on air, I love the physical... I did English literature at university, so, yeah. But I remember going to going to the Harris Library in Preston with my mum, and it's one of my earliest memories, sitting on those little chairs and it being so colourful and so much there. Are libraries still as vibrant as I remember them? Because I haven't been in one for years.
I'm part of the Manchester Festival of Libraries, and I was at Stockport Library a couple of months ago. And it's like going into a cathedral of learning. And the thing about libraries, they're sanctuaries. You know, sometimes people are distressed. You can go there. It's a safe space. It's a focus point for the community, which, again, post-COVID and the cost of living crisis.
Yes, and I think it also is one of those things about loneliness. And I think that if you're a parent with young children, the summer holidays can feel very difficult to fill.
With no money.
With no money. And I wonder whether, actually, for the parents, it's a relief. You go, you know, there'll be other kids there, there'll be other parents there, you might spark little friendships. I mean, do you see that as a potential during the campaign?
The first time I went to a library with my mum and dad, it made me really proud of my mum and dad because they were working-class people, their education stopped when they were 14 and 15, but they had this passion for libraries. So to go with them, they were saying to me, by the very building, learning is important.
Yeah, I agree.
And it felt posh, if you like.
Yeah, well, it feels like a privilege, doesn't it?
Yeah, privilege.
And listen, you were saying that those early memories of reading, I mean, basically gave you the passion for your career.
And confidence.
And the confidence to read with confidence and to be vocal.
Yeah, and be confident about subject matter,
Yeah, and you think, you know, for any parents looking, you know, it can lead you to starring alongside Jodie Foster, you know, somebody who you looked up to as a child, really, didn't you? Because she was already very famous when she was young herself. Tell me a bit about True Detective. I mean, rave reviews, congratulations.
Thank you. I first saw Jodie Foster when I was 11. I think she was 13. It was on a children's film show. It was an interview from the set of Bugsy Malone, I now realise. And I was really struck by her beauty, her self-possession and her articulacy. And she really made it seem like being an actor was just a job.
Yeah.
It wasn't some kind of rarefied, mystical thing. It was something you could do. And it was my first crush. I didn't realise it at the time. But she was my first celebrity crush, apart from Floella Benjamin on Play School.
Well, that's everyone's first crush, obviously,
Dame Floella Benjamin,
Yes, indeed, yes. Queen, probably,
And then I worked with Jodie a couple of years ago, and she's everything you would imagine and more.
And did you tell her all of this?
I did, yeah.
And how did she react?
She thought it was hilarious. We're the same generation, so the changes that have happened to our industry with intimacy coaches, etc.,
Yeah, interesting.
all very positive.
Yeah.
But we were talking about, we never had any of that.
No.
You know.
And it's incredible, isn't it, what you say, sort of for a lad from Salford, a working class, I think you were from Salford, a working class lad from Salford, you know, it may, you know, reading has been an important part of it. It's ended up with you starring alongside your crush, your Hollywood legend.
Yeah.
You know, these things are possible in life.
Absolutely, but it came from my mum and dad. My dad, when he was working at Colgate Palmolive, won a competition on his stacker truck, and the gift was an Oxford English dictionary.
Love it. Love it. These
and he used
days
to
they give
read
you an
words
iPhone,
out to me
you know?
with this real passion.
It is. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And your passion comes across, and I think that will make a difference to the campaign. I love it. Thank you so much.
The Summer Reading Challenge, thank you.
The Summer Reading Challenge. Get out there.
Marvellous makers.
Get into your library. Super.